put so much love into all of the music, but I feel like the Summers album, it really, encompassed my life for a long time. Like, I really put in so much into the album, just so much. Like, with the EP of remixes, with the live version, with I think it was just the vinyls, the vinyls are, yeah. So also, guys, if you follow me on Instagram and send me a screenshot of you either following me on Spotify or adding me on Apple Music or whatever it is that you use to stream music, I will send you a free record. Today only, if you send me a screenshot of you either following me on Spotify or adding me on Apple Music, I will send you a free record. And they look like this. I will send you a free Summers record. And yeah, I mean, the records, the green vinyl that I had to get. Oh my God. Oh, let's talk about side A. Push Me Out, Elizabeth, Strawberry Sensation, Beaches, Blue, July, and Summer's Interlude. I never expected Strawberry Sensation to sort of blow up the way that it did. And it's such a classic, and it's such a fun song, and I'm really glad that that song happened the way that it did, because oh my God, the disinfectant spray that I sprayed is just like, I wouldn't be surprised if I like passed out. Okay. Oh my God, thank you, Joe. But yeah, okay, so Push Me Out too is, it just kills me sometimes. I'm like, I really was in a spot where I did not know production-wise what I wanted, and so I was having a lot of fun messing around with different genres. And Push Me Out is a really fun rock song that I got to make, and I still love the melody. And there's so many parts of rock that I kind of took with, that's like, especially the melodies, like when I listen to Smashing Pumpkins or Built to Spill, like a lot of those melodies in their more rock produced songs are like pop rock, you know what I mean, are like they always have one that kind of hits. I felt like I tried to do that with Push Me Out with them. Was it all a face for you? Elizabeth, Beaches, again, when Blue, July, so different. July, I got to work with the producer Alex Sloan, who, her music is incredible, but I got to, having a song produced by her, July, you can obviously hear that it's so different from the rest of the album, and it's like this wavy, the harmonies that we did, we did hundreds of vocal takes to stack them up and layer them the way that we did. So yeah, Summer's Interlude, again, one of my favorites. It was a freestyle that I someone that I worked with for beats when I was writing the album, this person would send me beats and instrumental beats, and I would sort of, freestyle over them. And I did not do that with this album that I'm coming out with in October. I really crafted each song, and it took a lot longer, and I took a lot more time and thought. Some of the songs on here were written in one take as like a freestyle of a song, and that's kind of what makes some of these songs so much fun, is that they were written as freestyles, and so they weren't really changed from their original lyrics or writing. And I did a lot of solo writing on this. Most of this is solo writing. In Summer's Interlude, I didn't expect that to kind of gain traction on Spotify as well. So like to see people streaming that, meant a lot to me, I think, because that song itself was more me than anything. When I look back at everything and just getting into music in 2022 at the end, not getting into music, but getting into releasing it for the world to hear, you know, something that was so important that I was staying true to myself. And Summer's Interlude is a great example of that, because I've always written poetry, and poetry is always comes out in the style of my writing, and to see it play out that way with Summer's Interlude and to see people appreciate that was insane, because I felt like it was something that every other person would say, I don't understand, or I don't get that, why are you making that, why is this basically a poem? And I also love interludes, so it was something, I think it's one of my favorite tracks on the record. Side B, come on, we've got Florida, Your Phone, When I'm Lonely, Castles, For Tommy, and then Heaven didn't make the vinyl record because it was too long. Like, we would have had to have two vinyls, and it was too expensive. So I mean, vinyls are expensive anyways, and we made like hundreds of these, but Florida, Your Phone, those two were solo rights. Your Phone is so pretty. The melody's gorgeous. Florida, it's a long song. It's a good one too. When I'm Lonely, that was a co-write with two more like country artists, and so you could hear it in that song that it was a bit more country inspired, like especially with the writing. Castles, I got to record that in Vancouver with someone who is actually coming into LA, and we're going to do some writing sessions soon. So there were a lot of For Tommy, oh my god, one of my favorite songs I've ever written, because it was so much fun to write. For Tommy and it's so much fun to perform that song. I used that one chord when I was writing. It was like this D major A7, and gorgeous. And then Heaven also is another one of those songs on the record that everything in the production room, it just, oh my god, the stories behind these songs, like how they came about, like I'm thinking about all of them now, and sometimes you don't really sometimes you just don't think about certain things until you're forced to, so that's kind of how this feels. Heaven, again, is one of those songs where we had hundreds and hundreds of vocal layers, making like the vocal pads and the airy